Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tuesdays with Trailblazers, brought to you by TechEdge AI, the video podcast where we bring you the latest trends and insights in AI and technology. I'm your host, Siddesh, and today we speak about DigiCert, which is a leading choice for companies around the globe, enabling them to engage online with confidence, knowing their digital footprint is secure. And to share his journey, we have Avesta Hojjati, VP of Engineering, DigiCert, who is proficient at building the next generation of customers, products, and solutions, establishing expectations, and communicating vision. So without further ado, let's welcome Avesta. Hey Avesta, how are you doing today?
I'm Gair Sedesh. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. So, Avesta, I'd love to dive straight into it. Could you share a bit about your professional journey and the lessons you've learned along the way?
Absolutely. It's interesting. I started my professional journey when I was 15 years old. I was a pen
Mm-hmm.
tester. I started my first startup and I sold that startup 2 years into it. For those of your audience who are not familiar with pen testers, you basically get paid for breaking systems. And to me, that was not only out of curiosity, but it was out of really understanding how systems will work and what are their vulnerabilities. Moving from there, I worked for multiple different enterprises, including Yahoo, Symantec, and DigiCert, which is my current employee now. And meanwhile, I concluded my academic journey with getting my PhD in computer science, specifically
Mm-hmm.
working on securing embedded devices, optimizing encryption algorithms, and so forth.
Great. Now, digital trust is crucial in today's connected world, right? So, what do you think organizations need to do to implement the structure, the processes, and the activities that make digital trust possible?
Absolutely. Yeah, digital trust is the foundation of everything we do today. If I go back
Mm-hmm.
20 years ago, the closest thing that we would have got to a digital system in a consumer or in a household would have been the digital TVs. Now, 20 years now, back in 2024, things have changed. We are surrounded by
Mm-hmm.
digital devices. Vast majority of our activities are taking place online, and that by itself puts a massive burden on enterprises. And that burden is security. You want to design
Right.
systems that are
Mm-hmm.
secure, but they're also usable. If they're too secure, they're not usable. And if they're too usable, then most likely they're not secure. Now, when it comes to digital trust, enterprises have a number of different approaches to be able to develop, design, and deploy their solutions that has considered digital trust as its core. Number one is a concept known by security by design. This means that when you're designing your application, you're considering security as a very specific component that has to be carried around this design flow, either being a device like a smart TV,
Mm-hmm.
being an enterprise application, or being a baby monitor. That's irrelevant. This is still a product application that needs to have that sense of digital trust. The second bucket for any enterprises is to always stay on top of the game. And that means when you're thinking about digital trust, you have to have a plan for the next 5, 10, and 15 years ahead. This specifically becomes very important as we are in the era of artificial intelligence, and also the advancement in quantum computers could potentially create a new threat vector against some of the components that digital trust is utilizing, such as encryption algorithms.
Mm-hmm. Makes perfect sense. I couldn't agree more on that. Now, with the rise of post-quantum cryptography, what proactive measures should organizations take to ensure that digital infrastructure remains secure and probably resistant to potential quantum threats?
Yeah, very good question. So, look, for the past 40 years, we have been utilizing encryption algorithms that they have
Mm-hmm.
thought to be protected for millions of years. Let's take an example, RSA algorithm we are utilizing today via this Zoom session. You most likely have utilized it when you have gone to check your favorite website this morning and so forth. And the
Mm-hmm.
promise has been that these algorithms are so sophisticated for existing computers that we wouldn't have the capabilities for millions of years to break these encryption algorithms, no matter how powerful these computers get. Now, with the
Mm-hmm.
advancements of quantum computers, potentially very soon, these encryption algorithms that we have used for 40 years could be broken in a matter of seconds, not millions of years. Going back to the previous conversation, security by design comes into mind, right? You have to think about 5, 10, and 15 years ahead. Is an enterprise willing to utilize an encryption algorithm that most likely will be broken in the next 10 years? Or they rather
Mm-hmm.
choose a post-quantum algorithm, which we often refer to as PQC, or quantum safe algorithms in their products that will be protected against both existing classical computers as well as quantum computers. Now, for any organization who is thinking about this, and it's amazing that they're thinking about this type of threats, the first thing comes to mind is the lack of expertise. The number of vendors, number of providers who really understand quantum safe algorithms is very limited. And that by itself goes back into forward thinking and choosing the right vendor who understands the land field, but also has the proper solutions that could enable these enterprises in the product development.
That's great advice. Now, coming back to DigiCert, how is DigiCert helping organizations become crypto-agile?
Yeah, very right terminology and good terminology, Sidesh. Crypto agility is an important factor when it comes to encryption algorithms. Irrelevant if you're dealing with RSA algorithm or ECC being your classical algorithms, or you're dealing with dilithium, Falcon, and Spinix being a post-quantum crypto algorithm, the most important layer of this decision is to be crypto agile. Crypto agility, in a sense, means you're having the capability of switching between one algorithm to the other algorithm seamlessly and in a very short period of time. Now, at DigiCert, this is the core foundational in vast majority of the products that we have developed. For the past 7 years, a group of us at DigiCert have been part of the process that National Institute of Standard of Technology, NIST, has gone through to develop these post-quantum crypto algorithms. But in parallel, what we have done in our products is that we have designed them where crypto agility is a foundational design approach. Now, for our customers, what that really means, it means that once they are deploying any of our solutions, either being our trust lifecycle manager, being our device trust manager, or software trust manager, they receive crypto agility as a component that enables them to switch between different algorithms seamlessly, and finally enables them to have the goal of being secure at any moment, any time, at any place.
That's fantastic. I mean, that's amazing to hear. So, I mean, coming lastly, there's an intersection we're seeing when in terms of advancements in AI and cybersecurity. So, what are the potential implications for organizations in terms of both opportunities and challenges?
Yeah, good question. So this week, week of May 6th, I'm in San Francisco attending the RSA, and the theme appears to be AI, because you're hearing the terminology on the floor, you're seeing it on the screens, and a lot of presentations. And as someone with an academic background, I usually will take a step back and I try to understand both sides of AI. Any technologies generally.
Absolutely.
Is AI going to be defensive or is it going to be offensive, right? For any organization, in my opinion, they have to consider both sides. Number one is they have to be able to protect their organization against attacks, which they have been rooted based on the technologies that AI could drive. On the other hand, they should be able to utilize AI in their own application for the sake of developing applications that are based on AI or are utilizing AI. And that by itself is where we are bringing these good and bad work together to be able to create one common criteria around AI. There are a number of different use cases that folks could utilize AI for, but the first thing that comes to mind at this point, and most of us probably have dealt with, is the big question of what is real and what is fake. And AI has a very strong background in this, with the advancement in Llama 3 from Meta, with the next generations of ChatGPT from OpenAI and so forth. We have seen that they're able to create images, videos, audios that makes it extremely hard for humans to ask the question if these are fake or real. Now, what we have been doing at DigiCert as it relates to this is enabling these contents that have been created to have a layer of trust where the consumer, either being a very young individual or somebody who is on the elderly side, gets that real sense of security that this content is real, is trusted, and comes from the proper source.
Makes perfect sense. Yeah, I guess it is here to stay. So I guess we'd probably be best to accommodate in our daily lives, anyways, right? And what is your opinion about AI in the future? What is your opinion about predictions for AI? I mean, this is the personal question.
Look, going back to that 15 years old that I was, who loved to breaking into systems. Now, 25 years later, I still love doing the same thing. And when it comes to AI, I see it as more of an advancement that we need to have in our life in order to create more efficiency, but I also see it as a massive threat. The AI that we are seeing today doesn't end with your chat GPT and just asking, simple questions or helping you to write an essay and so forth. It's much beyond that. The prediction that I will make from my perspective is that in the next 5 or 10 years, the AI and AI systems will be so embedded in our lives that they're going to basically will be hard to live without. But that comes at a cost, and that cost is security. Are we willing to bring AI in when blindly we are ignoring the security implications just for the cost of efficiency, or we are going to prevent being efficient because we are worried about security? And some of those categories are privacy enhancements, privacy enhanced technologies when it comes to AI data training and data modeling and so forth.
Makes perfect sense. That's lovely insights to have, Avesta. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed hosting you in our podcast, Tuesdays with Trailblazers. And thank you all for joining today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave us a review. And do check out DigiCert, a company which secures the world's best brands by delivering certificate management and security solutions. Until next time, stay tuned with TechEdge AI for more insights into all things AI and technology. Till we meet again, signing off, your host, Sadesh.